Hello friends, I am here with this video on class 10th history nationalism in India. Now, what is nationalism in India? The people of India believed that they need their own government. There is a widespread anger which is spread all over India. Due to this First World War, there is great economic depression in America. India was not directly participated in this world war, but being a colony of Britain, it had to indirectly participate in this world war. Now, we know that America faced the great economic depression. So, India being the colony of Britain had to face this economic depression. Now, between 1913 and 1918, India faced high prices and the prices doubled in between 1913 and 1918. Now, let us move further in this chapter, nationalism in India. Let us point out every concept in this topic. Now, let's get started, students. Here we will talk about 1913 and 1918 century. Now, between 1913 and 1918, we have the Great Economic Depression in America. Okay, due to this Great Economic Depression, we faced prices are doubled. Prices were doubled. Now the prices were doubled. Okay, here the prices were doubled so that people are having widespread anger. Now widespread anger is spread all over. The common people had to face extremely hardships. So even due to this great economic depression, India was very badly. There are very harsh activities which are done in India. Now, between 1913 and 1918, we know that prices were doubled. Okay, now in 1918, between 1918 and 1919, we have forced recruitment. Now, what does forced recruitment means? Now, the people of India were forced to join the army by the colonial government. As we know, there is First World War here. Now, the colonial government sent the people of villages to the army, and this is known as forced recruitment. And this also led to widespread anger among people. Okay, between 1918 and 1919, we know that forced recruitment by the colonial government was done in India. Now, in 1920, between 1920 and 1921, we know that crops failed. As we know that there was great economic depression, on the other hand, crops failed in India. Now, due to this crop failed, we have famines. People were dying due to these famines because crops were failed in India in between 1920 and 1921. Now, on the other hand, in 1921, we have influenza epidemic, and due to this influenza epidemic, 12 to 13 million people were killed. 12 to 13 million people were killed. Now, India was truly facing excessive hardships in these times. In between 1913 and 1921, India was facing great economic depression. In 1913, between 1913 and 1918, the prices were doubled, which caused the widespread anger among people. And this is the major cause that people wanted nationalism. Now, we know that between 1918 and 1990s, the colonial government imposed forced recruitment. They sent people away from their homes and they sent them to the army, and this also led to widespread anger among people, and this also helped the people to have nationalism in the India. Now people are believing that they want a nation state, they want to have nationalism. They had ideas of nationalism in their minds due to these hardships. Now, between 1920 and 1921, the crops failed, and this resulted in the case of famines. Now, in 1921, we have the influenza epidemic, which killed 12 to 13 million people. Now, this also caused widespread anger among the people, among Indians. Now, you can note it out. Now, as we all know, in 1915, Gandhiji came to India after having satyagraha in South Africa. You know that in South Africa there is apartheid system in which the whites discriminated the blacks, and we all know that Gandhiji helped the blacks to have their nation state. And also in 1915, Gandhiji realized that he must that he should practice satyagraha in India so that India can be independent. Now, in 1915, Gandhiji arrived in India. Now we all know that in 1915 Gandhiji arrived in India and spread the idea of satyagraha in all over India. In 1915, in January 1915, in January 1915, Gandhiji arrived in India. Now, in 1915, Gandhiji arrived in India. He gave the idea of satyagraha. The idea of satyagraha. Now, he gave the idea of satyagraha. Now, what does satyagraha means? Satya means truth. Satya means truth, or agraha means to implement truth. Now, Gandhiji believed that if you are true, then no one can dismiss your truth. You are the truth. If you are a true person, then no one can stop you. You are the true person. Now, he believed that they should not. They believed that they should not implement violence in India. They can only shook the roots of the colonial government by applying non-violence and by practicing satyagraha. He had already practiced satyagraha in South Africa. Now he was confident that satyagraha will finally work in India. Now he practiced the idea of satyagraha in India and he performed three, three revolutionary activities in Champaran, Kheda and Ahmedabad. We will learn about these three here. Now we have Champaran in Bihar. Then we have next in Kheda. Then we have in Ahmedabad. Now he had this Champaran. Now we had this Champaran revolution for the plantation workers in Champaran, Bihar. Now he did this revolution to help the peasants, plantation workers of Bihar, of Champaran, Bihar. In Kheda district, he did this satyagraha to help the cotton mill workers. Now this revolution was done for the cotton mill workers by Gandhiji with his protesters. This is done by the cotton mill workers. Okay, in Ahmedabad we have peasants. Now, Gandhiji performed three satyagraha in Champaran, Kheda and in Ahmedabad. Now, we all know that in Champaran he did satyagraha for the plantation workers, in Kheda he did so for the cotton mill workers, and in Ahmedabad he did it for the peasants. Now it is the time to learn about the non-corporation movement. Now, the Champaran Bihar revolution, which was done in plantation for the plantation workers, and the Kheda revolution, which is done for the cotton mill workers, and the Ahmedabad revolution, which was done for the peasants, was successful. Now, the Champaran Bihar revolution was done in 1916 by Gandhiji and his protesters. In Kheda, for the cotton mill workers, we have in 1917. In 1918, we have the revolution for the Ahmedabad peasants. Okay, now we will learn about the Rowlatt Act. You can take the screenshot. Okay. Now friends, we will talk about the Rowlatt Act. 1918, 1990. Now we will talk about the Rowlatt Act. Now Rowlatt Act was passed by the colonial government. This act informs that if the colonial government saw any protester on the roads, then without any proper trial they can put that revolutionary in the prison even for 2 years without any proper trial for 2 years. Now this was the Rowlatt Act. This Rowlatt Act was opposed by Gandhiji by his Rowlatt Satyagraha. Now he did peaceful satyagraha about for the Rowlatt Act, and he named it as Rowlatt Satyagraha. Now we have here the Rowlatt Satyagraha. Unfortunately, unfortunately, this Rowlatt Satyagraha was not widely spread. Even this Rowlatt Satyagraha was failed. Now, finally, Gandhiji realized that it is the time to spread a more popular movement. Then he introduced a very widespread movement known as non-corporation movement. Now, in this non-corporation movement, the Hindus and Muslims aligned to fight against the colonial government, and uh, this was the first step which was taken by the Hindus and Muslims collectively. Now, Gandhiji realized that non-corporation can be successful even when Hindus and Muslims will. Now Gandhiji realized that it is the time to impose the non-corporation movement. Now in this non-corporation movement we have Khilafat movement. Now in this Khilafat movement we have two leaders. We have Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. Now we know that non-corporation was launched by Gandhiji, and on the same time Khilafat movement was also launched. Now we know that Now we already know about the Khilafat movement which was led by the Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. Now we know about the First World War which was headed by the Allied powers and the Central powers. Now we have the Ottoman Empire. Now we have Ottoman Empire. Khalifa was the spiritual leader of this Ottoman Empire. Now we know about Khalifa, who is the spiritual leader of all the Muslims in the world. Now, as we all know, First World War was won by the Allied powers, which Britain being one of them, then the British uh, then the colonial government started then the colonial government started oppressing the Khalifa or of the Ottoman Empire and applying harsh treaties on them. Then, due to this, the Khilafat movement was started by Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Now, Gandhiji realized that this is the time to join Hindus and Muslims and to compose a movement against the Britishers known as non-corporation movement. Now, Gandhiji joined Hindus and Muslims and named it as Khilafat Non-Corporation Movement. He renamed this act as Khilafat Non-Corporation Movement. This was done in 1920s and between 1920s and 1921. Now, in this Khilafat non-corporation movement, Gandhiji believed that if we will stop corporating the British, then the British rule will have an end. He believed that we are cooperating the Britishers. That's why we are still colonial. We still have colonial government in India. If we stop cooperating the Britishers, then they will left India. Now, due to this Khilafat non-cooperation movement, lawyers by all the protesters boycotted foreign clothes and they started wearing the khadi clothes and the cotton mill workers started boycotting the foreign clothes goods and teachers, lawyers resigned their jobs and they resigned their titles too. Now the Khilafat non-corporation movement was okay, but the non-corporation movement was becoming violent in urban and rural areas. Now, if we will talk about the plantation workers Plantation workers started believing that now we have Gandhi Raj, we will have our. Started believing that now we have Gandhi Raj, we will get land in our villages, we can live in our own villages happily. Now they left the plantation fields and they went on and started leaving the plantation fields and they are lathi charged by the colonial government by the police force. Then this non-corporation movement became violent. That's why Gandhiji decided to over this movement. Now it is enough for today, students. We will talk about next topic in our next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.